Hi, this is Mr. Jaquette, and I'm here to talk with you DGS students about how you can use meetings to get a lot of great collaborative work done. In a little bit, there's some 5th and 6th graders on this video who are going to show you in more detail all of the different roles of a meeting. What I want to make sure you know is that meetings can be a great way for students to share and collaborate with different ideas and stay on task so they can get a lot of work done. In this video, you're going to learn about 4 different roles that you could have in a meeting. The first is the facilitator. They're like the boss. They run the meeting, ask the questions, call on students. The second is the note taker. Their job is to write down what students say, especially the important stuff, so that way you can go back and check your old notes. The third job is the norms enforcer. Sometimes we say they're like the police. Their job is to make sure everyone's doing the right job and everyone's doing everything correctly, like raising their hand, so that you can run a successful meeting. The last job is the timekeeper. The timekeeper's job is to tell everyone maybe there's 2 minutes left or there's 1 minute or we didn't say how long this was going to take so that the meeting can move along. We hope after this video you really understand how to use meetings and you can have some successful meetings in your class. Thanks for checking in.
The facilitator is one of the most important roles in a meeting.
The facilitator is like the boss of the meeting. They run the whole meeting.
One of the main jobs of the facilitator is to call on students who raise their hands.
They also ask questions to move the meeting.
For example, they might say, okay, we have 4 minutes to share our ideas for how DGS can reduce its electricity. Does anybody have any suggestions? Yes, Angel?
I think one way we could reduce electricity is to raise the blinds and use natural light and less lights in the class.
Great idea. Does anyone have any other ideas?
You see the facilitator ask questions and calls on people. They run the meeting. Sometimes if the teacher gives time for the facilitator might make an agenda for a meeting.
An agenda is like a plan. It might say, we have 2 minutes to remind the group of the meeting expectations. We have 3 minutes to brainstorm ideas to reduce food. We have 5 minutes to discuss our ideas to reduce food, and 2 minutes to vote on a best idea, and 8 minutes to make a plan to reduce food.
So the facilitator is like the boss of the meeting. They set the agenda, ask questions, and call on people. They should be a nice boss. Give compliments.
Like nice job or great idea.
Enforcer helps to control the meeting.
Yeah, the noise enforcer is like the police. Yeah, the noise enforcer is like the police.
Yeah, the noise enforcer is like the police.
Yeah, the noise enforcer is like the police.
The biggest thing students need to be reminded about is to raise their hand.
So if a student bursts out without raising their hand,
Please remember to raise your hand.
And no mean voice. Raise your hand.
It's more than just raising hand. It's raising hands. If someone gets off topic and starts talking about Call of Duty, remind them to stay on topic.
Yeah, help with this facilitator out. Keep kids focused.
if a student is being really bad, maybe they refuse to stay on topic, even though you ask several times, or maybe they hit or tease a student. The norms enforcer should calmly tell the teacher.
So in all, the norms enforcer helps to make sure everyone follow the expectations. Make sure everyone raises their hands and stay on topic and is nice to team members.
Taker takes notes.
Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. The note taker takes notes.
They need a piece of paper where they write summaries of important things of what a kid said.
Yeah, they can't write every word. Like, don't write, Jenny asked if she could use the bathroom. Only write the important stuff. But your pencil should probably be moving the entire time.
They should write the student's name and then put 2 dots. That's called on colon, and then write what each student said.
Sometimes the note taker needs to paraphrase. What somebody said. Paraphrasing means taking a whole big statement and turning it into a small statement.
For example, maybe a student say, "Oh, the Broncos are the best teams because they have a wide receiver, Demarius Thomas, who catches so many touchdowns, and they have Wes Welker, who runs short rotate, and then this other receiver, Sanders, who goes for deep passes. He's so fast. Yeah, the Broncos are sick."
The note taker might paraphrase by saying, "So you think the Broncos are good because they have great wide receivers."
That way, they don't have to write everything down.
When a team meets again, it is the note taker's job to write down what's remind the student people all what was said.
If the group has to share their ideas, sometimes the teachers ask each student to share, but sometimes it is the note taker who shares.
The timekeeper's job is to keep track of time. They need to use a clock or maybe a timer to make sure the meeting is going. Keep the meeting going.
The timekeeper helps to make sure the group does not just talk about one thing forever. Sometimes they need to move to another. Topic.
Oh, the facilitator should always say how long something will take. Like, we will review meetings expectations for 3 minutes.
Then the timekeeper put 3 minutes on the timer. They use hand signals to show 2 minutes are left. 1 minute is left. Or time is up. The facilitator might ask for more time by saying we should brainstorm our ideas for 3 more minutes.
One thing that happens sometimes is the facilitator forgets to say how long something will take.
The timekeeper should ask even if they have to interrupt by saying something like, how many minutes should we discuss our ideas for?